Today, Mangold Studio is interviewing Group President Robert Brown from CYBER1. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Can you tell us a little bit about your professional background?
Yeah, so I started out in the cybersecurity industry in 1994 in Zimbabwe with a product called Dr. Solomon's antivirus software. When we used to distribute updates out on a quarterly basis, which was on a floppy disk, which I don't think people will know much about nowadays. In 1998, McAfee acquired Dr. Solomon's, and that put us in a partnership with a very large player globally, who we've had a partnership with for the last 24 years, which I'm quite proud of. I then moved to South Africa in 97 and started a South African business. In 1998, I started the Kenya office up in Nairobi, and in 2013, I started our office in the Middle East in Dubai. So I've been in this industry for 28 years now. I've seen technology change continuously over those 28 years. I think that's one of the exciting things about being in cybersecurity, is there's constant change, and you have to continue to evolve and be at the forefront and make sure that you're on top of knowing what's coming, where the industry is going. And I must say I've enjoyed all 28 years I've been in cybersecurity.
So can you tell us about what solutions CYBER1 provide?
So CYBER1 really provides solutions across the board from a cybersecurity point of view, from endpoint security to intrusion prevention through to privileged access management. We're involved in cyber forensics, cloud security, managed services, and we're involved in doing what we call DevSecOps, so security around development, as well as actually enabling organizations on learning around cyber security and educating their staff, because I think people are part of this entire process. And so we've concentrated on a combination of people, technology, and that's how we've focused on this industry.
And so what is the market outlook for cybersecurity solutions?
So I think the market outlook is exceptionally positive. I mean, if we look at where security has come from over the last 20 years, originally security was an add-on. It was an afterthought. It wasn't a part of a strategy. Whereas I think now, with the way legislation has been introduced into the industry, the increase in cyber attacks that we've seen globally, organizations now are making sure that cybersecurity is introduced right from the beginning of any process, and is part of the integral solution that any organization wants to adopt or introduce into their organization. So security's changed over the years, and I think that's a hugely positive outlook for our industry. I think it's why we've seen the industry grow so quickly, and I think the industry is going to continue to grow quickly because we keep on introducing more devices. If you consider now we've got IoT devices that we're going to have to start looking at how we protect, because the network's getting bigger. The amount of devices connected to the network is getting bigger. If you look previously in houses, you might have had a laptop and maybe a digital phone 20 years ago. Now you've probably got about 5 laptops, 3 digital phones or more. You've got items like fridges and all that sort of stuff that are joining and being smart. So the more and more smart devices that there are out there, the bigger that network becomes, and security needs to be part of it.
And quite recently, CYBER1 has expanded its offering with a new business area titled Managed Services. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, so managed services really is around trying to automate security. There's a finite amount of people that you can throw at a problem. I think we're seeing that across a lot of industries. AI is becoming quite important, and so we've applied that within the cybersecurity business. We've built a cloud-centric security operations center where we're able to offer organizations additional services and automate those services and help them process a lot more, a lot faster. And so it differentiates us from other guys who probably have spent a lot of money investing in on-premise and legacy systems. Our stuff's all the latest cutting edge technology, and we've partnered with a lot of very large organizations, such as the likes of Palo Alto and that sort of stuff, to provide solutions to our customers and other organizations out there who want to partner with us. I think because we are purely a security-focused organization, it makes us an organization that other organizations who are in IT potentially want to partner with and to provide solutions to their customers, and that makes it attractive for us.
Yeah. So during 2021, you acquired 2 companies. Can you tell us about these?
Yeah, both companies are involved in the distribution of cybersecurity technologies. Cybersecurity South Africa is based in South Africa, and they distribute cybersecurity technologies to the industry in South Africa. Cybersecurity Africa distribution is based out of Mauritius, and they provide solutions to organizations across the whole of Africa. We've got interesting technologies like McAfee, Rapid7, CyberArk, all well-known brands that we assist in distributing across the region. Some new technology like ZeroFox, really, really interesting tech around sort of better understanding what your footprint is on things like the dark web and that. And I think that's where the excitement comes in, as to, I think people underestimate how large Africa is and how many amazing growth economies that we have sitting in Africa. And so for me, it's exciting to have these organizations going to help us expand our footprint. It's going to help us provide additional solutions to organizations, and it's going to give us the ability to grow, I think, quite exponentially.
And regarding acquisitions, are acquisitions part of your strategy moving forward?
So I wouldn't say acquisitions are going to be a main focus for us. At the moment, we're going to try and grow organically, because I think we've got a large enough footprint now to grow. If you look at our growth over the last year, it's been in excess of 20%, which I think in any industry is quite phenomenal nowadays to have that sort of growth. So at the moment, we're going to concentrate on growing what we have. We're going to grow with our partners as well. If you look at quite a few of our partners, they've made large acquisitions. So FireEye and McAfee joining force, that certainly gives us a much bigger footprint and a huge amount more technology to distribute out in the market. So with those sorts of acquisitions happening, I don't think we need to go and acquire something. If something does come up that looks like it fits into our portfolio, then we would definitely look at it seriously. So I'm not going to say acquisitions are off the table, but it's not a core focus for us at the moment.
And how does CYBER1 distinguish itself from competitors?
Yeah, so I think the way we distinguish ourselves from competitors is we try and be exceptionally good at adding value. I think organizations now need skills, they need value, they need the ability to know that when they've got a problem, we as an organization are there to back them up. And I think that's very, very key for us in terms of how we do business. We're the guys who you can give a call to, and we'll come up and we're going to fix things. And then we'll work out afterwards, really, how we engage, rather than, hey, let's put all the paperwork in to start with. And once we've got that and we're 3 months down the line, then we'll look at your problem. I think in security, you've got to be agile. And we've grown up being a very, very agile organization. I think if you do business in Africa, you have to be agile, because it's quite a challenge. And so that makes us slightly different from our competitors. I think also the fact that we've grown up in areas, as a business where there weren't amazing networks and huge pipes to do big rollouts and that sort of stuff. We've had to make stuff work with limited resources. And I think when you're able to do that, you have a competitive advantage over some of your competitors.
And your main markets are Africa and the Middle East. Do you plan on geographical expansion?
So we've got Africa and the Middle East, and I think that's a very large territory. As I said, Africa on its own is in excess of 50 countries. So there's a large area to expand into there. We have also expanded into India. So we've got a reasonable size office in India. Obviously, India's got a massive population. So we've got an office now in Hyderabad. So that's been one of our expansions. We will definitely look to see where else we can expand into. I'd obviously potentially like to look at some expansion into Europe and probably even into Sweden, as we're a Swedish-based company, and then we'll look at where else we've got opportunities. I think places in Asia have got huge opportunities as well. But let's have a look and see how we grow with what we've got at the moment.
And do you have any financial goals?
Most certainly. I think from a financial point of view, we've got some goals in terms of growth expectations. So we want to continue growing at the rate that we've been growing over the last year. We want at the same time make sure we're managing overheads. I think it's very, very important and very easy in this day and age to not concentrate on that. Whereas we're going to be very, very focused on making sure that we are managing those overheads, not trying to have huge clunky overheads and that sort of stuff. And so if we can continue growing the way we're going and trying to sort of give better value to our shareholders and that sort of stuff, that's going to be our financial plan going forward. Try and give them more value, increase the share price, and make it a good investment for people who've put their money into CYBER1.